Hello and welcome to the Powerboost meditation. Today, let us experiment with the theme Be outside to change inside. Be outside to change inside. We all want to make inner change. We're all on the journey of meditation, spirituality, which is really the journey to change the self, to change our thoughts, to change our feelings, to change our attitudes, our behaviors. And if we really see this change comes when we stay outside, when we stay outside our thoughts, outside our feelings, outside our emotions. It's only then that I can change. When I'm inside, I'm actually under the influence of all my thoughts and feelings. So when I'm inside, I really cannot change. But when I'm outside, it is only then that I can take the control back in my hands. Otherwise, my thoughts will be always driving me. So, just like when I'm an outsider, then I really feel a sense of detachment from whatever is going on. I am still a part of it, I'm witnessing it, but somewhere deep down, I know that it does not belong to me as an outsider in any scene. So, in the same way, when I realize that all the thoughts and insecurities that are associated with the character that I'm playing, they are not a part of who I really am as a soul, as a spiritual energy. And when I realize this and when I shift my attention outside, then I really have the capacity and inbuilt ability to really make that change. Someone said that we don't change, we just awaken. So the moment I awaken to the reality, I really automatically feel my world has changed. And so inner change also happens in a flash, in an instant. It's not a very laborious process, but the moment I realize the truth and I shift myself to the perspective of being an outsider to this entire story, the story where I'm playing my part and every other soul is playing their part. This entire planet, everything, the stage. When I become an outsider, then automatically I regain my lost control over my mind. Mhm. So let's spend a few minutes just staying in that perspective of being an outsider and just seeing how our inner world changes. So let's take a moment to go within as we sit relaxed and comfortably. And I realize that there are these two worlds in which I live. One is the world outside, and I constantly think about the world outside when I'm in the role. And then there's one world inside. And often I carry the outside world inside my inner world. And that's where all my thoughts and feelings begin to get influenced by whatever is happening around me. And when I awaken to this reality that I'm really an outsider, I'm outsider to this image of the outer world that I have created inside. And I realize this whole physical dimension doesn't belong to me. Not even one atom of this physical dimension belongs to me. I realize that I am an outsider here. I am a guest here. I realize that I belong to a different dimension, the dimension of silence and stillness, and that I have come here temporarily to play my part, to act as an actor. And so I take this time to shift my attention to my reality. I am no longer an insider in this physical world. I am an outsider. And I go beyond. And I enter my dimension, my home of complete stillness and silence. I realize that this dimension is what really belongs to me, where I exist as a being of light, untouched, uninfluenced by the complexities of the outer world. This is where I am absorbed in the presence of the divine. This is where I feel loved. And I radiate feelings of pure love and respect for every soul in our eternal family. I feel a sense of complete love and belonging here in my home with the divine and my soul family. I am an insider here, and everything else is very, very distant and far away. As I stay here, I spend time here, I'm automatically reminded of my truth as a being of light. Here it is natural for me to just be myself. It is natural for me to experience God's love. Here I don't need to make any effort. I just am. There's nothing that I have to do. There's nothing that I have to prove. It's just a dimension where I exist in complete silence. Here I can naturally see all the souls in their purest and most innocent form, completely benevolent. And this is where the divine is. I feel being very close to the divine. The love and the energy of the divine enters me and allows me to hold the experience of this truth. In this world, in this experience, I feel completely secure. There's nothing that I can lose here. Now, gently, as I return back to the physical dimension, the story world, going in to sound from silence, coming back to the story world, as I enter, I hold on to the perspective of being an outsider. And this perspective allows me to stay grounded in my reality as I interact with others around me. I just pay attention to not allow the external stories to get inside me. I stay outside to change the inside. Om